This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president and CEO of Chakana Copper, Mr. Dave Kelley. Dave, how are you?
I'm great, Gerardo. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent, and I believe shareholders got to be happy today. You just released results from Breccia Pipe 6. You intersected, and let me be clear, you've been releasing a lot of excellent results from the other pipes. So, man, this is pretty incredible. 22.8 meters with 2.93 grams per ton gold, 1.37% copper, and 1,283.2 grams per ton silver. That's 21.8 grams per ton gold equivalent, or 14.29% copper equivalent. Heck of a start on a new pipe there, Dave. Provide some details.
Yeah, Gerardo, that's right. It is a great start to see those kind of grades early on in drilling the pipes. And as we've seen in drilling pipe 1 and pipe 5, the more you drill, the better you can delineate these high grade zones. And so to start off already tagging into these very high grade zones, especially with respect to the silver, for whatever reason, we're not sure yet why the silver grades in pipe 6 are as high as they are, but we've really hit some spectacular grades to start with, and we're excited to do some more drilling on 6.
And let's be clear, like the other pipes, this is shallow mineralization, right?
That's right. Breccia 6 is a very prominent pipe. It sticks right out of the ground. There's a great photo of the pipe in the news release that shows the steep vertical walls of it. It starts at surface at about 35 meters diameter. We expect it to increase at depth, like we've seen in the first two pipes that we've drilled in detail, Breccia Pipe 1 and Breccia Pipe 5. The pipes have a what we call an inverted caret type of morphology, which is a function of how they form, and we expect that at Pipe 5 will increase in diameter at depth as we continue to drill it.
I see that you also tested Pipe 3 East, and you didn't get the same long runs of the mineralization similar like to 1 and 5 and now 6, of course. You did get some short intervals that were pretty exceptional according to the release. Can we talk about that a bit?
Yeah, it's a very interesting geologic part of the story. It's a very large breccia, and it has a very impressive brecciation textures to it. It has a lot of vuggy zones in it where the open space in the breccia has not been infilled with sulfide minerals, which is what we see on the other 3 pipes. We're still trying to interpret what that means. We think that the intercepts we do get in Breccia 3 are important, and those do need to be followed up because those high-grade intercepts don't just disappear, right? They came from somewhere. So it will be part of our future targeting to try to figure out where they come from. From our standpoint, we look at it as we've drilled 4 pipes and 3 have come in very strongly, and we've got 17 confirmed pipes plus an additional 12 pipes or 12 pipe targets that are supported by surface geochem, geophysics, and that type of thing. So we, if the hit rate continues where we're at now, I think the project will be in a really good position as we continue drilling.
How are things coming on the permitting front? I know we're waiting to be able to get into the summer drilling, right? How's that moving along?
Yeah, that's going well. Everything's in the hands of the regulators in Peru. We monitor that weekly with our team in Peru and contacts that we have in the ministry. So everything's going well in that regard. I tell our guys as soon as the ball comes back into our court, it immediately goes back into their court. So whatever we have to do to get responses or supporting information. But so far it's good. We've got a good communication dialogue going with them, and everything seems to be tracking as we would expect.
Fantastic. For people new to the story, the release, frankly, has caught the attention of the market. You're up about 23% as we speak. For people that may be newer to the story, can you provide a brief overview of what they can expect here in 2019?
Yeah, so this project is a story that is slightly different than other stories. We're drilling tourmaline breccia pipes that are related to an intrusion at depth, and previous explorers had focused on trying to find that intrusion. And our view was that the grades are so spectacular, and there's so many pipes that our strategy is to focus on drilling out those breccia pipes. We brought in mining engineers that have looked at the shape and depth extent and the separation between the pipes to address the aspect of mineability of the pipes, and the mining engineers are very excited about the mineability of the project, just in terms of the way the pipes present themselves, the relief on the project, the ability to interlink mining infrastructure to mine multiple pipes at the same time. So that's really our strategy and what's driving the project. We've only drilled 4 out of 17 pipes to date, so we have a long way to go, and we think the results so far are really exceptional in terms of solidifying this idea that this could be a mineable project in the future.
I mentioned that you were up 22% real-time update. You're now up 25%. But despite that, I'd like to remind people you're trading at about 43 cents Canadian right now. Your 52-week high is about $1.05 Canadian, and you still have a tiny market cap, even after today's surge of under 34 million Canadian. There's a lot of runway for Chakana, especially if you keep delivering these types of results, Dave.
Well, that's right, Gerardo, and it's very pleasing to see the response in the market. We certainly think that our project and our team is exceptional, and we've got a long way to go, and we'd love to see that kind of response. And it is a great time to get involved in the story because, as you mentioned, we're still well below our high of $1.05 from last year.
And again, for people that are not familiar, if people want shares, they're going to have to buy them in the open market, which I suspect is what's happening today. They know they can't front run a financing because you have a pretty robust treasury. Can you speak to that a bit?
Yeah, that's right. We've got $6.5 million in the bank, and we're very frugal with how we spend that. We're running our own geophysical survey on site right now. We've completed 23 surface loops over all of the targets and breccia pipes themselves, which is going to be a great targeting data set for us. So that money is being spent well, and it will carry us through, the initial drilling of the targets that remain. And so we expect to get some good news flow and good traction from that as well.
Fantastic. Dave, thank you very much for the update. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Gerardo. Thank you.